UFO obviously is unidentified flying objects, and it dealt with aliens who were landing on Earth. Dr. Bernard had carried out the first heart transplant, so I quickly thought, well, that's what they're coming to Earth for, to steal organs. There was an organisation called Shadow, which was set up, where they had a base on the moon with interceptor spacecraft that could intercept the incoming UFOs long before they reached Earth. And they had a base on Earth that controlled the whole operation. And I set that base under a film studio.
I'll keep you a moment, Alec. Trouble?
It did very well in America. It went into syndication. The most two important markets in America are New York and Los Angeles, and it led both those territories for 17 consecutive weeks. Because UFO was doing so well in America, I had a call from Lou to say, quick, roll on and make a new series. So I said, well, if we're going to make a second season, we've got to make some improvements. Yeah, fine, whatever you think, Gerry. So I started to make the show at another studio, and as we were developing it, one of the guys in America, I wasn't particularly fond of him, I have to say, phoned Lou and said, listen, the ratings are dropping on UFO. We made 26 shows. They ran for 17 weeks, leading the country, but because they dipped, cancel the second season. Spent a lot of money and effort building a new sky base, which is much bigger than one that we had in the first season. And we've made new uniforms and so forth and so on. I said, you decided to not proceed with the second series. What if I take all the material I've got and I turn it into a new show? He said, great idea, do it. Well, I got a call from this guy in America who shall remain nameless, but he was a thorn in my flesh. He was able to get round Lou because he was able to say, Lou, the Americans won't understand that, and Lou, the Americans like this. He called me and he said, Gerry, I understand Lou has given you permission to turn this into a new show. I said, that's right. He said, okay, you want my backing? So I said, well, obviously. He said, okay, well, here's the deal. I don't want, in this new series, for you to have one single show that takes place on Earth. So I said, well, why? There was an episode where Straker's kid was killed. It was a wonderful episode. Everybody loved it. I'm telling you, it's not the kind of thing that an American audience want to see. And he said, let me make it simple for you. Unless you do as I say, I'm going to pick up the phone and say to Lou, my recommendation is that you shouldn't go with this. So I said, okay, let me call you back. Anyway, I went to bed that night and thinking. So I came up the next morning, and I got up next morning and I phoned this guy and I said, look, I've got an idea how to save you. I said, I will shoot every episode on the moon base. Okay, they'll all be on the moon, they'll stay on the moon right the way through. He said, that's not good enough. That won't prevent you. I know you, Gerry, that won't prevent you making a show on Earth. Okay, let me call you back. And I suddenly thought, I know what I'll do. So I phoned him and I said, what if I blow the moon out of orbit with everybody on board? He said, okay, you got your show.